What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Uncomfortable Conversations. Today we got some guests today. All right, ladies, how y'all feeling today?
Good. I ain't tipsy yet.
You ain't tipsy yet, but y'all feeling good though?
Feeling kind of freaky now.
For real? Okay.
Bitch, we started. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you was asking honest shit. Okay.
No, you good.
Okay,
Shit.
I'm sorry, shit.
Okay, introduce yourself. Let everybody know who you are.
I'm Cara. They call me Moo. But yeah, I'm Cara Poo.
What's your Insta?
Love Jakara. No, don't add that one. That's a freaky page. Miss Jakara Janelle.
Fellas, y'all add that and make sure y'all got the money with it.
Period.
Y'all make sure y'all got the money with it when y'all add it.
My
Yeah. I was gonna say introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Okay. My name is Trina. Y'all can add me on Facebook, Trina Loving Life Frazier. Instagram is Army_T.
Okay. I see y'all popping y'all shit. Y'all heard what they just said. All right, y'all. Today's episode gonna be a special edition. Y'all see we in another setting, and then also y'all see we not in them towers today, so it's pretty lit. We not in them towers today, but Jakara here has another podcast that's coming out pretty soon
With Trina and Aaliyah. Aaliyah's not here today, but we have a podcast coming soon. We don't know the date, but once we get it, we'll
called Club Shy, right?
Yeah, Club Shy.
Okay. And basically, we doing a very sequel, special edition episode, and we just doing the feature. So this is Uncomfortable Conversations featuring Club Shy. So basically, even though this is Uncomfortable Conversations, I am featuring them. So we kind of just gonna flow and bounce off of each other, and just dialogue a little bit on certain type of things. And we really about to get into these topics. So are you ladies ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
So let me tell y'all, we really don't need liquor, you know what I'm saying? This wine, so it's really not alcohol. But our personalities is just natural. So y'all about to see the real us. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no type of liquor. We lit without liquor. So we gotta let y'all know.
We've been drinking this shit way before the episode started. So shit, it's already lit. But far as these topics goes, we finna get into these things. So y'all ready to get into this smoke and get lit with a vibe?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it. So the first topic I wanted to talk about today, I wanted to talk about double standards between men and women.
Okay.
And basically, we have society, expectations and things that are put on women and men. For example, as far as men goes, when it comes to men, why is it okay for a man to pay child support and he go to jail, but for a female, if you put yourself in the female shoes, it's even though the system is already set up for females and black women period to be able to thrive better than black men already, but when it comes to that, it's a lot of black women in particular, it's they dog men, and based on they already know how circumstances and situations is, it's why do women go towards that route instead of looking at the bigger picture of the system is already fucked up, so why am I dogging my man instead of helping him? And everybody's situation is different, but from y'all point of view and y'all perspective, why do you feel like it's always we go towards the negative more than just the positive of the thing?
You gonna start off?
So when you say double standard with this situation, what do you mean? What's the double standard part?
The double standard part, far as think about it. If a man is put in a position, he is teared down more than a woman.
You think so?
Yeah, in some aspects.
So my question is, okay, we doing the double standard topic, right? So are you asking the question of, do you feel like if a woman is put on child support, it would be different? Is that the double standard part of it?
Yeah, that's what I want to
know. That's the double standard part, and I'm just using child support as far as an example, and I'm gonna get into way more elaborate on it, more of in depth.
I believe, in my opinion, since I'm in a situation like that, I believe women only put deadbeat men on child support. Now it's different when you're talking about a bitter baby mama who just want to make his life a living hell. But women, in my opinion, I feel like women put men on child support when they're not taking care of their child.
Okay.
So I don't really think it's a double standard. Why would I help you or feel considerate of your issues or problems you got going on when you ain't taking care of your child.
I get that, and I completely understand that. But what I want to know in particular is, what if the roles was reversed? What if, in the perfect world, the man was put in the position of where the child goes to him, and the female is not the protector or provider of the child, it goes to the man. And if you were in those shoes, would you want a man to come and tear you down the same way female negatively go tear a man down based on him not even just child support, just not holding up to his
now, I don't
standard
agree
of
with
doing
that.
things?
Like, if I'm tearing you down, that means I'm pissed off with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like, it depends on like the situation. Like, if she just left and now he didn't put her on child support and something like that. Okay, if he got every right to curse her out, you a deadbeat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my opinion though.
Do you feel like, because sometimes even though you may be a deadbeat, but not all the time, some men necessarily do the things that they need to do. They handle their responsibilities, but some women are bitter.
That's what I said. Now that's totally different. If a woman is bitter and you put your man on child support, your baby daddy, that's just, I don't agree with that.
So
Okay.
what do y'all what is bitter? What is a bitter baby mother? What characteristics describes a bitter baby mother? Because I hear this term all the time, but I be like, what actually is a bitter baby mother?
Like, I feel like it's just a selfish person. You selfish and you're not putting the baby needs before your own. It's all about you and your feelings.
Right.
So you not really, understand it's bigger than you and your baby daddy. It's about the child. And they want to make the baby daddy life miserable, but no, you only making a child life fucking miserable. They don't want to move on. They hurt from the breakup. They hurt because he don't want to be with her.
Okay.
Or vice versa. She don't want to be with him, so he want to make her live in hell. People think a baby means something when it don't.
I agree with that.
Baby don't mean nothing.
I
Baby
agree
don't
with
mean that
that.
y'all got to buy. That don't mean shit. It's easy to have a baby.
That's
You're
true.
right, that's true. I definitely agree with that. And just to piggyback off of what you said, I definitely agree that a bitter baby mama is, it basically like you stuck and entombed into this world of like unrealistic expectations on somebody that you have a baby with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And like Jakar just said, like when you sit there and you create a child or create life with somebody, I feel like it's always going to be, even though I don't even got kids, but hypothetically speaking, in my personal opinion, I feel like you always gonna have some type of bond or connection and feel entitlement to the woman, or the woman gonna feel entitled to the man based on y'all creating life together.
And that's
what comes from
right
bitterness.
There. Yeah, that's
But
bitterness,
I mean, a lot of people don't work on themselves.
Why do you feel like that? You know what I'm saying? Y'all got a baby together. That don't mean anything.
But it's a common thing around the world. Like, this is a common thing.
I know. And
This
that's
is
what
a
I'm
go
saying.
back and forth thing.
People need to get it together, because that's like, I'm not finna be old just because we got to try together. I don't feel like that with my baby daddies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel connected to them. I don't, but that's just me though.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
Maybe other people do feel, but I don't feel connected to them. Like, I thank God for my kids and stuff like that, but I don't know, maybe because I don't know. Maybe that's just me though.
So
Maybe.
I feel like me, okay, so I don't have children either, so I can't really speak upon the topic, like go deep into it. But I feel like when it comes to males and single fathers, I feel like they're more, like people are more receptive to men with, just got their kids, because I feel like when a woman see a man with their kids, they soft-hearted, oh, that's so sweet. But when it comes to moms, it's just like, well, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's
you know what I'm
normal.
saying? That's
Exactly.
a double standard.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a double standard.
That's
It is.
you ain't lying, because they feel like single fathers, they be like, oh my God, that's so, he the daddy, he's supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
They do give men more like
Yeah.
a praise for taking care of their kids. You're supposed to do that.
Exactly.
But they do that because men, it's more deadbeat men than women.
Ooh, you think so?
I think
You
so.
personally feel like that?
But even if the mama is involved, sometimes the mama can be toxic though. So that don't mean that's necessarily a good thing. Maybe mama in a baby life. So I do feel like mothers are around, but they could be toxic and bad for the child. But I feel like mothers do have their kids more than men do.
Okay, question to both of y'all. What do y'all feel in particular makes a deadbeat man? And we just ain't gonna say
It's definitely
on
not
the scale.
financially.
Yeah,
It's
I was just gonna say that.
It's
time.
physical. It's the physical.
Exactly.
It's the physical part. Because why don't you want your child? You know what I mean? And then also, all I ever wanted was my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Love my child like I love my child.
Right.
If it's not unconditional, then that's breaks my heart. Because if I know how my kids feeling, then I don't know. It just pisses me off because I feel like, damn, why you don't love your child? This is, we created this baby together. I don't know, maybe because the baby was in my stomach, so it's different the way a mom loves the child.
Okay.
So that's probably that's what I'm thinking more nowadays. I think that since I carry the baby, you bond with your baby more versus the father. I don't know. Because you got some dads who really be on it. Like when the wife is pregnant or the baby mom pregnant, they be like on it. So I think those are the kind of fathers who really love their child. Cause they be kissing their stomachs and shit. I ain't never experienced that, so that's probably why.
Exactly.
Right.
And
it starts when the baby is in your stomach.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like, in my opinion, money is not the world. You can have all the money in the world and still feel emptiness. You can still be unhappy. And that just comes with fatherhood. Yeah, you can be financially there, you know what I'm saying? But what about those special moments with your child? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Those basketball moments, those, first bathroom, moments like that.
Birthdays,
I feel like that's the important stuff. You can not be financially stable and you still can show love to your child.
Exactly.
And
Ain't
not
about the
be a
money.
deadbeat.
I agree. I definitely agree with what y'all saying as far as the financial part, and when I was talking about as far as like deadbeats and how y'all feel about that, because like you said, like it's a common thing with people, with women, in general, like feeling like that all the time. But the thing about it is, it's like being a man from my personal perspective, as growing up as a man, which is also another double standard when it comes to children. Well, yeah, when it comes to children, because growing up as a man, you're not taught, and I talked about this a minute ago on another episode too. You're not taught in the beginning how to be emotional, connected to your woman and your child, and be vulnerable and understand the importance of different moments, as far as like you said, basketball games or bathrooms, and being able to be connected to those first memorable moments. Versus something that's not financial. Even though me personally, I feel like finances should always be in the case, because when it comes to being financial, it's all about that's a defense to be essentially to survive.
But I got a child, one of my kids there, he does a lot financially, right? But you seen your son about 5 times. He don't know you. If he see you today, he gonna cry.
Let me ask you this: have you ever in your life?
That's true.
He gonna cry.
Have you ever in particular talked to your baby father about the situation, and have y'all ever had like a deep,
he
like
said
really
when he
connect
get older,
topic?
he said when he get older, I'm going through a lot. He got an excuse. But I said it's fun. Women, we can't do that shit. We can't do that. We can't do that. We can't walk away. We have to be there for our kids. Once they come out of something, it's our responsibility. The daddies, y'all can run away. It is nothing. If a mother do that, we going our ass to jail. They talking about some daddy can go on child support and go to jail. That shit ain't true. Cause why they ain't locked up? That shit ain't true. Why they ain't locked the fuck up? Shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't true. But like I said, we will go to jail.
I mean, shit.
They don't talk about abandonment and neglect if we walk out on our kids.
Shit, I got a daddy that was locked up years ago for that shit.
But I don't agree with women.
I mean, it's not unknown for a man.
Yeah, I mean, they can. And this probably ain't commonly happening now.
Yeah.
But back then, niggas was getting locked up for not paying child support.
Bring that shit back. Bring that shit back.
They gonna be more on that woman ass than they is on that man. Yeah, they gonna suspend your driver's license. Yeah, they gonna do that basic shit. Eventually, they gonna catch your ass. But if you a woman out here doing some dumb ass shit with your kids,
it's over
like
for
that.
I agree. But in particular, I feel like, me personally, this is how I feel. I feel like the world is automatically designed to set up that way, to put a woman in a position where she don't need a man. That's why we got this whole stigma of these independent women, like, I don't need a man for this, because at the end of the day, I feel like if we going back to traditional times and times where, it was a man's sole duty to, provide and be able to,
Men these days not giving us they're not leading us to shit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's hard to be submissive to these niggas out
here. Yeah, they not. I mean, they're not leading.
Doing shit. What y'all doing with y'all?
But the thing about it is, a lot of men don't even know how to properly lead into.
They need some counseling.
Type of things. You know what I'm saying?
Get some therapy.
And counseling may work, but at the end of the day, it takes time. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be an overnight type thing.
You gotta want the help though. And I'm not with it depends. It depends on the situation. Like I'm not, if I gotta help a man, that's stressful though to make a man. Blossom. I don't know. That's too much work.
I don't feel like you should make no nigga try to blossom, because
he gotta want that shit himself.
He definitely gotta want that shit himself. You can't build no nigga.
But I don't agree with the system versus women we can get food stamps, we can get
yeah, and I was getting into that. Yeah, women can get that easier than a man.
What about the men though?
But that's why it makes it so harder for men to do what they need to do. Yeah, that's hard.
These men need food stamps too. If they, you know what I'm saying, why can't they get the food stamps and the
insurance and
those kind of things for
you
the
know what I'm
child
saying?
too?
Yeah, like
I don't agree with that.
Y'all women get the upper hand on all the government assistance on anything. If we put it in perspective,
I do know
most things women are in the lead.
Some men be embarrassed. Cause I had a baby daddy who had low income and had Section 8 and had these things, and he went to apply for it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna. That's against the law to deny somebody who applied for that. You can't apply for it. I think some men are embarrassed, but I think women go, you know, because it's like you more entitled to it when you have a baby.
Okay. I get what you're
But
saying.
you even gotta have, people don't understand, you don't have to have a baby to even apply for that kind of stuff.
No, hell no. Cause I done
Yeah.
had plenty of assistance and shit like that. That's why I've been kind of getting it up.
It all just depends, like, you know how everybody knows.
I think some men embarrassed. Yeah, your income.
I can see a man being embarrassed.
Yeah, some men are embarrassed. I think, because like I said, it's not. I think women, we just get more leeway.
Yeah,
we get more leeway, and they,
men, you know what I'm saying, they emotionally, they don't know how to lead, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to finances, a lot of men, you know, they want to be head honcho.
Because that's what my boyfriend said. He said, I don't want to live with you if you on Section 8. I'm like, what you mean? I'm not finna live in no motherfucking Section 8 ass, you know, place. He said, so we gotta have our own shit. I'm not finna live, you know, that's just him though. Exactly. So I think men just be embarrassed.
Okay, let me ask y'all this though, since we got into that. As far as being submissive, don't y'all feel like as a female you should just already willingly should just want to be submissive to a man that's you know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Because I'm just saying, but I'm saying like. I was gonna say to a man that's leading, but I was gonna change it because I was gonna say I feel like women should be submissive if they with a man, because at the end of the day, it's like shouldn't you be already walking in
I gotta make
feminine
sure that
energy?
man, if you're not showing me like dominance and shit, I'm not gonna want to be submissive to you.
Why you with him then?
Shit, that's what I'm saying. When you finally just start like dating somebody, and if he not courting you, that's automatic red flag. You know when a nigga courting you versus dating you, it's two different things. Mm-hmm. So if he ain't courting me, you have to make me want to submit to you. Like, I don't know, I can't explain this right now. I'm very submissive now.
Okay.
I'm very submissive.
What's your sign? If you sign, say it. Oh.
2 Sagittarius.
2 Sagittarius.
Oh,
shit.
Give me up off this show.
November. Oh shit. Okay.
Give me up off this show. 2 Sagittarius.
I'm very submissive now, but like I said, he just, I don't know, he just an alpha male. I'm submissive to. You gotta be alpha male for me to be submissive to you. Cause what's it called, a beta male? Mm-hmm. I'm not.
Well, when it comes to an alpha male and a beta male, I just feel like, in particular, I feel like I'm an alpha male, but I also have a balance between the two because I know how to understand situations and be able to circulate when it's my time to lead and when it's my time to understand that in this moment I should be humble. And the reason I say that is because I'm not saying a woman should lead in no aspect. I feel like as a man, you're supposed to lead in all aspects. But in different circumstances and based on situations in life, if I'm not, in particular, maybe not financially stable, or if I'm not in a particular situation where I can properly lead and put us in a better position to get us to elevate, you know, towards things, future reference in life, I just feel like it's okay to allow a woman to put her perspective in and put her ideas in. But at the same time, I also feel like it's a woman's job to understand her role too and understand the balance. Because
beta male, alpha male.
Oh yeah, beta male, alpha male. In regards, and submissive, as far as just understanding your role and understanding the balance between the two. Because at the end of the day, like I just feel like I said, women should understand the balance between the two too. Because like I said, y'all be stuck in y'all ways, and then we all got this complex of thinking like shit's supposed to go our way without fully understanding the, putting ourselves in somebody else's shoes.
I do feel like women in a relationship wise, I feel like women feel like their happiness matter more than men.
You really feel like
I feel like that. I feel like women think, oh, if he ain't making me happy, if he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like y'all should be making each other happy. Some women just feel entitled to like, feeling like a queen type shit. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that, but are you
y'all do feel entitled by feeling like a queen. Like, why the fuck? My thing is this: why the fuck do y'all feel like in this generation, this era now, in particular, like, why y'all females feel like, okay, it's a nigga job to just automatically just, here you go to rent money. here go this, here go,
I don't
you know what I'm saying?
either.
Here, let me cash
I don't
app
do
you.
that either.
Let me pay this for you just because you giving me coochie. I'm giving you dick.
Right.
Like,
So,
why the fuck it matter? Like, my shit not good enough?
I'm gonna say this is how I feel about this topic. Okay, it depends on the age. I feel like the women that's like more involved with social media, that's all they see. You know, yeah, nigga gonna take care of me, nigga gonna do da da da. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they base their relationship off that. But I feel like with our generation, I feel like we don't. I'm not gonna say we don't know what love is, but I feel like love comes from your father. It starts with your father. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we don't, you know what I'm saying, we don't get that love from our father like we supposed to. So when it comes to a relationship, do we know what it means to be submissive? Do we know what real love is? Those are the questions that play into my head when it comes to a relationship. So yeah, I do feel like new age relationships is based off, you know what I'm saying, money this, money that, because they don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't have our dads. Daddy wasn't there to teach us, you know what I'm saying, right from wrong, what real love is. And I feel like it depends on how your dad treated your mom too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, daddy, you was daddy little princess, but how did dad treat your mom? Like, all that come into play when it comes to a relationship. You know what I'm saying? We think we know what love is. We think we know what it means to be submissive. You know what I'm saying? We think we know what it takes to make a relationship stand all these years. We think we know how to forgive. Like, it's so much that come into play when it comes to relationships. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could go all day on that one.
I feel that. Hell yeah. I feel like we all got us some daddy issues and mommy issues down the line. And I just feel like when it comes to them type of issues, I mean, shit, we all in particular need therapy. We need better help.
Yes.
I've been personally getting on betterhelp.com. It's like a site you can pick your therapist and they match you up based on your, you know, life situation or, you know, anything that you feeling deep inside is, you know, kind of like similar to, you know, things that you go through, and the therapist and they match your therapist based on your specific needs,
and
basically.
Let me ask y'all, why do y'all think we so scared of therapy? Why are we so scared of getting help? You know
because you got to think about it. Back then, when it comes to black people, it's like people tell us all the time, like, I mean, we more harder. Like, think about what your mama and your daddy say, like, motherfucker, you good? Wipe that shit off. Like, why the fuck you crying? Like, why you sad? Why you mad? Like, or if it's a secret or something detrimental in the family, like, we sweeping that shit under the rug. Like, why is it a big thing to put that out into the open? Don't tell your business. Don't tell your business to nobody. Keep it to yourself.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do none of that shit because now you showing people where you weak at, and as black people, we put out to be strong. We put out to be macho. It's not our duty or job to be vulnerable and just be able to be like, I'm not having a good day, or you know, it's not. I'm feeling like this is not my, you know, particular day.
That is true.
You know?
It is true. But I've been seeing a therapist since 2018, so I haven't been to counseling in a year, but it definitely helps.
It do.
definitely helps.
And the reason it helps because you can vent.
Like,
Can you elaborate a little bit?
Like, I don't know, it just helps. Like, you're able to vent. It's like, cause my it's not a disability, but it's a mental disability. So bipolar disorder, you know what I'm saying? That's a disability. So I don't want to take medication. So you can either take medication or you can either talk it out. And I chose to talk it out.
Okay.
Because, you know, you don't want to hurt people that you're around. You need to help them too. Cause I was pushing a lot of people away. So yeah, it definitely helps out. I feel like it definitely helps out.
It do, and I feel like hurt people anyway, and that's just the thing that we always say.
Because once you see that you like a lot of people, just like, okay, but you know now you know, okay, you the problem, Jakara. You really gotta self-evaluate now, because now you the problem. Everybody's saying the same shit, so you know that they're not just talking. You gotta get some help.
Right.
And I don't believe in medication. I tried that, and that shit it made my symptoms worse. Now I'm thinking about suicide and weird shit, crazy shit. So that's just me though. I'm not telling nobody not to take no medication. If you need to, take it, but that it wasn't good for me. Okay. Talking it out is better for me. Okay,
and let me ask y'all this in particular. When it comes to healing yourself, or you know, some type of therapeutic, you know, type of meditation. Therapeutic meditation or something. That's something that you do is what you saying. You gonna eat that? That's your therapy. Okay, what about you, Trina? What do you practice? Yeah, your type of therapy. Something you get into. You know, is you like, out here, or is it like? Because I ain't gonna lie, fucking do help. You busting a nut do help.
Yeah, I'm masturbating.
You know what? Believe it or not, I'm a foodie. Like we had this conversation before. You know what I'm saying? I do work out, but when I'm like, if I feel like I'm stressed out and I feel like I'm getting down, I'm getting in a depressed state, I either eat, I'm gonna clean, try to clean some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Cleaning is a mother, man.
Yeah, clean.
I mean, at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Yes, cleaning at 3 o'clock in the morning. That just soothing, like it's
Right.
something. And music.
And drinking.
Hell yeah.
Drink. I like to drink. I don't know. It helps me when I drink. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
I didn't even know that about you. That
My
therapy
go-to
would be
is,
like drinking for you.
Yeah, it helps
My
me get
go-to is
loose.
food,
It helps me
snacks,
get loose.
chips, Snicker bar,
Wine.
Snicker bar, and
I'm a
Italian
wine.
beef with cheese.
I'm a wino. Y'all didn't know, but wino is a word.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking wino. So like I go to the store.
Because
grab
wine, hell no.
Hell no, we didn't fuck this shit up.
The
Shit.
liquor store
Give
up
me
the
that.
street
The
though.
liquor store up the street
It's
though.
around here. It's
But
right next
listen,
Yeah.
I'm a wino, so I go right up to the store.
Mhm.
I go give me some liquor. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this in my top 3. I'm gonna give me some wine. I'm gonna go to the store, give me some wine. I'm gonna eat some shit, and I'm gonna clean some shit. That's my top 3. You know what I'm saying?
I would have to agree.
Yeah. So
Not wine though. Shit, I'm gonna go to sleep.
no,
I'll
wine,
sleep my
no.
ass off.
That's for me. Wine. I need
Okay.
wine. It helped me get loose. You know what I'm saying? Put me back in a good mood.
But venting though, that's my number one. I call a friend or family in a minute. I have to let it out.
Okay.
So venting in my top 3. First is number 1 is eating, cleaning, and then venting. I have to vent. I have to let it out. If I don't let it out, I'm gonna act.
I do.
some shit.
I feel like cleaning is kind of my therapy
What's
too.
your top
Music is my main therapy. It's
That's
like
your
I'm
number
always. That's my number one. I'm always listening to something because I just feel like I don't know. I be.
Music definitely will.
I don't know.
Away.
It just kind of bring out my creative like aspect of like things and like how I think about shit. Certain shit. It kind of put like a lot of shit on my mind. And then like cleaning too. Like I'm a real OCD freak. Like I gotta have everything neat, everything clean. Like everything gotta be like top tier, like up the part. Like for me. And then even sleeping too. I feel like it's important to get a lot of sleep
I like sleep.
because I feel
You got
like.
to.
Even though they tell us to work, and hustle, it's important for us to, understand that sleep is important because social media be causing us to rush our process. And we don't want to rush our process. We rather be in the moment, understand that the journey is bigger than trying to rush what you're trying to accomplish because the end goal is never an end goal. The end goal is always going to be you working on yourself and trying to, better yourself and perfect your craft at what you're doing, basically. But as far as double standards go, I just feel like we both, we all put it in perspective of, what it is. Put in perspective of, women and men as far as like different shit, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's things with women that men can't do, and it's things with men that a lot of women can't do. For example, jobs and careers. At one point, it was always pushed towards a man being, the head honcho on that, but a lot of women are thriving now. And then, as far as women go, it's a lot of things when it comes to women. As far as how y'all go, as far as y'all put in better positions to escalate and elevate more than men, based on how society and this world man-made traditions and shit is pushed on us. And that's just how it is. But at the end of the day, I just feel like to wrap up this particular topic is, we all just got to do better as a nation as a whole and as a unity and understand that, understanding ourselves, getting in tune with ourselves, and just knowing how to, train ourselves to, get our energy right in the moment. Fix yourself before you walk in rooms. Check yourself. You know what I'm saying? And don't think about like the thing at hand of like why this, why that. Just sometimes you just gotta check your ego and just understand that at the end of the day it's like, let me check me beforehand.
So
alright.
That alter ego, y'all.
Had to put them glasses on because motherfucker really can't even see to tell y'all the truth. I'm really blind as a bitch.
What vision you got? What's the number?
No motherfucking vision, to tell you the truth. I take these motherfuckers off. I can see you up close to me, but I can't see you when you're not close to me.
So you legally blind?
I'm legally blind.
oh wow.
Blind as fuck.
Oh shit.
But I'm finna switch the context though. Anyway, knowing your boundaries. Alright. This next topic I want to talk about is knowing your boundaries because at the end of the day, we all have, in life, basically, we have family members, friends, associates different people in our lives that may overstep our boundaries. As far as like, for example, when we have our crib, you know, sometimes you may have your crib and your family probably feel entitled in particular to come to your crib and just sleep anywhere, do anything, you know what I'm saying? Or your mama or your cousin or your dad or your brother or your sister feel entitled to, you know, have an opinion, you know, all the time about your relationships, or you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or, you know, just in particular as far as like your finances, just because, you know, y'all blood related or your friends might feel entitled because y'all got a close bond and y'all been knowing each other for years. But what I want to get into is how to set those boundaries for yourself to show people that even though you have known me for a period of time or, you know, over history of time, how do we set those boundaries for ourselves in the aspect of showing people that, yes, it's not that I don't fuck with you, it's not that I don't love you, but at the end of the day, I just want to show you that there's a medium between us that you got to understand that don't overstep the new me, or, you know, the person that I'm becoming or the person that I am now, because I growed, I evolved. So now I need you to understand, you know, where your place at and to be able to stay in your place. So in particular, like you, Jakar, how have you set some boundaries for, you know, people in your life, as far as associates, friends, family?
So I think with me, I feel like it's it comes natural. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I treat people how I want to be treated. So I'm not going to overstep. So I would hope people don't, you know, overstep boundaries. You know, I don't overstep boundaries because, you know, I don't know. For me and my people, it just come natural, in my opinion. I ain't never really had nobody overstep boundaries, but my baby did.
Okay, and then when your baby daddy overstepped the boundaries with you, how did you approach the situation, or how did you handle it?
I just don't enforce it. Like, you know, when I feel like he overstepping, I just don't, you know, I don't get into it with him. Like, boy, bad. Like, I don't have to say nothing. I just don't enforce the shit with him.
Oh, okay. Have you ever felt like in a particular time? Like,
I had to tell him before, like, you know, don't, you know, you overstep the boundaries. Like, with certain times.
What is boundary? But what is the boundaries that somebody oversteps?
He think because we have a baby together that he can call any time of the day, or any time of the night.
Okay.
After 7 o'clock, don't call my phone.
Okay.
I feel like, you know, that's, you know, be respectful. Baby probably sleep, you know, sleeping. Like, you don't call after a certain time. Like, you like, my son, would you want to call him? You can't. Okay. I feel like something did, like if he asked me certain shit, like, boy, we not on that kind of level, so why are you asking me about my personal life, like my sex, like whatever, like you overstep boundaries, like come on now. Okay. I'm not gonna ask you what you doing.
Have you ever made him feel comfortable about asking you about those particular things?
Have I ever did what?
Made him feel comfortable asking you about those particular
he felt
things?
because we got a baby together. I think because he, like you said, what I'm talking about earlier, people feel like, you know, the relationships y'all have or had, that they can, you know, they got special privilege or some shit. Okay. So I think that's what it was. But I, you know, I can tell him like, boy, this ain't that kind of level, like, you know.
But you laid down the ground law and the things about it, you know, as far as like.
Yeah, so I want to enforce it, like, especially I'm not checking you about what you doing, so have that same respect. So just, you know, I don't know. I feel like none of my friends and family never cross boundaries, in my opinion. Okay. I'm very open with my people, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like nobody, whether it's relationships, money wise, anything, I don't feel like nobody ever came to me like, oh my bitch, you overstep your boundaries. Like, no. Because I'm a very honest person, open. So, yeah, that's just me, though. I'm open and honest. So, I don't feel like nobody ever really crossed me but him.
Okay. What about you?
So, with me, I feel like naturally I have an aura. You know what I'm saying? I have this aura to where I feel like people don't want to cross me, if you know what I mean.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, I am a sweet person, you know what I'm saying? Naturally, I'm a sweet person. So when it comes to boundaries, I really don't set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? It just get to a point to where I be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Now, it be like, if you do some shit in that moment, you know what I'm saying, I might go off. But as far as setting boundaries, I really don't set boundaries because, like, my personality is just natural, it's calm. Like, I feel like I don't have to set boundaries. Now, I have gotten to a point to where I ain't gonna name nobody, you know what I'm saying? A family member, you know what I'm saying? They came at me sideways. Like, because I feel like my family is more like, they very outgoing, like uncut, you know what I'm saying? They say shit, no filter. So they'll come at me a certain way when it comes to my life and situation I be having going on, you know what I'm saying? And I have to like step up, you know what I'm saying? I gotta step up and be like, nah, that's just too far, you know, that's just disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? So right. I feel like as far as boundaries setting, like when that comes to place, I really don't set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Because you can set boundaries all day, but are you enforcing those boundaries? Mm-hmm. That's the real question. Are you really enforcing those boundaries? So I feel like I don't set them for real.
So in a particular time or every moment, could you ever think of a time when it comes to you, like your mama, your sister, your daddy, or you know, your brother or your cousin or your friend or somebody you associate with or let into your inner circle or your personal space have like overstepped something that you had never like probably didn't even feel comfortable with, or it could be something that you just feel like they should just automatically already know. In particular, like you know, hold yourself to a certain standard, basically.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to my family, like they look at me. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, but I feel like they know like how I am naturally. Like they don't really. I feel like they don't really cross me like that. I don't know how to put it into perspective, but they don't really feel like, you know what I'm saying, they have to come at me a certain way, or they don't feel like they have the need to disrespect me. I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? I ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely not the strongest, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that strong person either. I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, I'm strict, like you can't do this, don't do this in my car, don't do this in my house. I'm not that type either. I'm just a natural person, but I feel like I set boundaries as far as my space, you know what I'm saying? I'm real cautious of who I let in my space. I love my family, don't get me wrong, we love each other, but we know when we get together, it'd be a whole nother ball game. Like we naturally know, like when we get together, it'd be a whole nother ball game. And especially if it's all of us, like in the immediate family, we have our family gatherings, we pick days where we all get together, but I just feel like we know each other well enough to respect each other's space. That's just how I feel.
I feel that.
Like I feel like
me personally.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you good. Me personally, I feel like when it comes to my boundaries and knowing my boundaries is like I'm like y'all. I really don't really set boundaries for people because I'm like y'all. I feel like I'm an open type person basically. But when it comes to my space, my inner space, you know, my personal space, as far as my crib, my peace of mind. I just feel like where I set boundaries when it comes to like family, friends, associates, or you know, just anybody. Like I feel like I'm like you too. Like I already got that aura of like people already know like what not to do. But I feel like at the same time I make it kind of comfortable already for people to be comfortable to be able to be themselves around me and you know understand things. But what I will say when it comes to my space and my crib, I feel like that's my getaway from society in the open world for me to relax and, you know, do what I want to do. Let my hair down, you know what I'm saying? Chill out, not try to, you know, put on that confident face or that, you know, that face that people look at and, you know, that strong type of, you know, persona or you know, towards people. But what I will say in a particular scenario, when it comes to my boundaries, I feel like when I allow people into my home, which is, I've been having my grandmother and, you know, my people, my dad and all them, they've been staying here. And me and my dad, like, we cool, but we don't have, like, the most emotional connection, as you would say, like, probably maybe not even the average parents or, like, some parents will have with their child. But the thing about it is, that's beside the point. When it comes to my helping nobody and nobody being in my space, but at the end of the day, I just personally feel like if you see me doing a particular thing as far as like working, hustling, or in particular like how I keep my crib, my sanctuary, my peace of mind, respect that and understand that the same shit that you see me, you know, imitate or put out, like do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't disrespect me in the sense of, you know, far as like, you know, my crib clean, you know, keep it clean, things like that. If I do shit a certain way, you know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that you grown, you can do what the fuck you want to do, but at the end of the day, just respect the things that you see. Basically, you know, if you see me doing certain things and, you know, keeping my crib a certain way or, you know, handling shit a certain way, you know, just understand that's just how I do things, you know? And I just feel like when it comes to me, as far as like boundaries, I just feel like I said before, you know, I'm open and I make people as comfortable as possible. But setting boundaries, you know, I just feel like it's just a respect thing with me, for real. That's pretty much what it is.
I just make you think that it's like having respect that should come naturally. It should be common.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm in somebody's house, I'm gonna treat their house like I treat my own house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a respect thing, you know. So
Hell yeah.
It's all about respect. That's like disrespectful as hell to just overstep boundaries. People know what boundaries are.
Right. It should be. They should. But you be surprised.
But it's a thing though.
You be
Overstep boundaries.
surprised.
That's a real thing. So people really don't,
Yeah.
they don't care.
They don't.
It depends on the person and what you allow.
Selfishness. People be selfish. People don't care.
Selfish.
Hell yeah.
Selfish.
Sure.
They
Because
do.
you got some people who don't have their own shit and don't care and don't know what it means and they don't give a fuck. That's like somebody, I don't know.
And they want to test you too.
Yeah.
They want to test you how far they can go.
Exactly. And then you will probably let them go because you don't want to jab out.
Exactly.
And then you the bad person when you finally say, okay, now enough is enough.
Yes.
When they should have, they did it because, they kept getting away with the shit. But
Hell yeah, I definitely agree. But as far as knowing your boundaries, shit, at the end of the day, I just feel like we said, this respect thing.
Yeah.
And then people should just, even if you don't automatically know, or if it's not a common sense thing, because common sense really ain't that common, you should just be able to just understand based on how people present themselves or carry themselves.
Facts.
You should be able to have a medium with people and understand their level of, where they at, and understand I probably shouldn't, push that, is what I'm saying. But like I was saying, know your boundaries and just understand where you stand with people, and you just want to just try to make people in the best, comfortable situation possible. But moving on, let's go on and get into the bed. We finna get into the sex topic. It's lit. How comfortable are y'all when it comes to sex? Do y'all feel like y'all more open, or and free, or do y'all feel like y'all more discreet and private, or do you feel like your business, or you just feel like at the end of the day, it's it really don't matter.
I'm open. I'm open to talk about it.
Right.
But in the bedroom, am I open with the guy? Hell no.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm in the middle.
Okay.
To be honest, just because, Jacob, you in a relationship too. I'm in a relationship, and it's just a respect.
Okay.
Thing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't want to be all too open where you just out there yeah. You know what I'm saying? They give you, even though I don't give a fuck. I just want to respect my partner to a certain extent.
I feel like you shouldn't be saying it's different. You just talking in a general kind of statement, but I'm sucking dick right from the back. That's
public
that's
sex.
disrespectful now.
Public sex is common now.
When you're in a
Relationship is different. You're right. I get you.
Yeah,
but
I get you because you gotta respect your
it's all about
partner
saying
and whatever type of agreement or type of like you said boundary that y'all got with each other. Some people can't do too much, but public sex and public talking about sex is definitely the wave nowadays, and people are putting it on and
even couples though.
Yeah, they do.
Even couples
Make
I
it
feel
back
like
off of it.
yep, even couples. It's all about
Hell yeah.
delivery and shit.
Okay. But as far as the sex topic that I want to get in today, I want to talk about sexual experiences. And basically what I want to get into is basically something that you experience with sex now that you probably didn't understand or fully, had that much experience in that now. It's kind of what would you tell yourself younger about sex that now and that you understand now versus the maturity and the knowledge that you got now versus something that you was lost and naive to?
I'll start out. Y'all might counsel me like y'all did. y'all might counsel me like y'all did the baby, but listen. Hey, y'all can judge me how y'all want to. I'm finna get deep with this shit.
Okay, let's get it.
Let me tell you. I ain't gonna lie. If I was younger, I would tell myself to sell my virginity. But listen,
I'm trying to listen. It had us kind of speechless. I'm like, okay, where's she going with this? Because now she out here telling y'all to prostitute.
No. I'm not saying prostitution. I'm not promoting prostitution.
And
I'm saying, listen.
You talk shit.
Listen, if you sit down with an African American woman, right? If you really have a conversation, African American women, we don't have no contact with our first. The first man we ever had sex with, you know what I'm saying? It's bare contact. We don't have no feelings. We not emotionally tied to that person. And it's people from different ethnic groups. They sell their virginity for millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying if I have a daughter, listen, if I have a daughter.
Not you, Christian.
If I have a daughter, listen, I would tell her to wait until marriage. But we really don't be connected to the man that we give our body to. So why not sell it? You know what I'm saying? Why not sell it? Why not?
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that's all we do.
They be getting like no lie. Like,
I mean, look at Kim
fact.
Kardashian and Ray J. Kim made a whole career out of this shit.
No, I'm talking about your virginity.
You saying just say your virginity,
Your-
period,
your
and
first- your
make
first love.
a bag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Off
first
of it.
man you decide to have sex with, why not sell your virginity and make like hella money?
Mm.
Because
Okay.
you're not connected to that man anyway years down the line. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? We look back to when we was younger.
'Cause it's very
So
rare
basically, what
for
you
people
saying?
first.
Basically, what you
Exactly.
saying? You might as well suck dick for a bag instead of for free.
I ain't say something different. I said get fucked.
You would
Why
think,
not?
you would think that it's the same, but sucking dick and fucking is two different things.
It's two different things.
It is. It's
It's
just two
time.
different things.
Give me your opinion. Like, how do you feel about that?
Before she goes to her opinion, what's the second thing? And then I'm gonna let her go into her whole mode.
Okay. A
Mhm.
second thing, like what would I tell my younger self?
Yeah, about experience.
I would tell my younger self to wait. I say wait because I feel like I wasn't educated about sex.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I wasn't ready for sex. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I didn't know what came with sex when I first had, you know what I'm saying, when I first gave my virginity away. You know, I wasn't educated like I was supposed to be. So if I could go back, I would tell myself to wait. Like, I would be more involved with like sports, like stuff that I was really interested in at that age. I would be more involved with school, like all type of stuff. Like, I would wait. I would wait.
Okay. We feel that. What about you?
I think that I did a lot of careless sex. Y'all know what that means.
I do.
And meaningless sex.
Right.
So I feel like I got pregnant the first time.
The first time you had sex?
I got pregnant the first time. So that was just like you hear it in movies, you see it all the time.
That coochie must be good.
Not even you.
It's your first.
It was not only that. It was just like you careless, right? Why didn't you gotta think about that? Like you didn't strap up at all.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
Do you
protect
feel
yourself.
like you was educated on, like, you know what I'm saying?
You like I said, I was. You know you should wear a condom.
You knew
Right.
that.
You knew that. You knew that, and I didn't care.
Yeah.
You didn't care. You didn't care. I didn't care, and that was bogus. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I didn't care, and that was that was fucked up on my part. And then another thing is like me being older, I won't even get wet if I'm not in tune with the man. When I was younger, back I can just fuck to be fucking. Now it have to be my pussy gonna be desert like dry as
You're
hell.
not in tune, like y'all bodies not mentally and physically.
Exactly. I won't be into it. Like my pussy will be dry as hell, menopause mode.
So it gotta be. So now she's saying it's a mental connection type thing.
It's a mad thing for me now.
Okay.
It's a mad thing for me now. I cannot just have fuck buddies.
Casual sex.
Yeah, casual sex.
It's not it.
I used to be able to, but now I can't.
Okay.
I won't even get wet. My pussy don't operate like that no more. I gotta have some kind of, not that I gotta have feelings for you, but we gotta be in tune. You gotta mentally fuck me first. Put it like that.
I agree. I feel like that too. And what's another thing?
Like what?
As far as your experience with sex now, because you could think about deeper down the line. Like, have you got in tune with your body more? Like, have you got in tune with like more experience of like learning new tricks and like learning new things that pleases you more?
I would definitely
than
I feel like
different shit?
I feel like I would respect my body more.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I gave a lot of niggas play.
That didn't deserve it.
They deserve it.
Okay.
I feel like so I need my pussy back from y'all. I feel like I need my pussy back from some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I need my pussy back. Because I sleep out and think about like, I did fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, so it's that shit. Like, I would definitely be more like stingy.
Yeah.
Selfish. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I wasn't selfish enough. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that shit was a little bit too easy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, that shit was, because I'm the kind of person who, I felt like it was fair game. I want some dick, he wants some pussy, so let's fuck. But now that I'm older, no, like your body's your temple.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's still getting some out the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you? I don't know. But that's a whole nother show.
Right.
Oh, okay, bet.
I can go on and on about that shit.
On and on.
Yeah, I can go on with that shit. But yeah, that shit kind of made me feel like, okay.
Me, what I feel like I could tell my younger self, even though I'm not that old, I just feel like what I would tell myself with first experience and like sex, I just feel like you just have to just know yourself and just understanding that it ain't just about, sticking your dick in some pussy or, just trying to, just get a nut. Just understanding, I would tell myself it's about, pleasing and then understanding how to please yourself too, because at the end of the day, like going in depth is like, you may not understand like in particular how to, please yourself either, or like understand like what you like and like what you really want and shit like that. And when you with a female or you with anybody, based on whatever your preference is or whatever like that, is that you just got to understand. I just feel like you have to be more in tune with yourself and understand, like you said, because now for me it's more of a mental thing than it is about just getting a quick nut. It ain't just like, let me bust on the crack of your ass or let me bust on your face or on your mouth and shit like that. It's more of like, okay, am I like connected to you on a different level, as far as like where it's more than just a physical type of intimate type thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like when it comes to sex, I just learned that it's more emotional connection far as like than it is physical, because at the end of the day you can fuck anybody now, you know what I'm saying? You have casual sex like you said now, but once you get older and start to learn yourself and learn what you desire more, or you know what I'm saying, and even the things that you lust over and that you probably see on porn or that you tried and experienced, you probably think like that's something that's amazing. Then when you do this shit, you like, okay, this is a whole different ball game. Like I really ain't, this really not the shit that I really like or particular or that I'm really into. And then too, it's like as soon as it's like one thing you gotta understand is like, don't be afraid to experience and live life and understand like who you are, how your body is and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like a lot of niggas probably don't, understand. Not even gonna say understand. I'm gonna say a lot of niggas probably don't, the average nigga don't get in tune into certain shit of like, self-pleasing or, how to please your woman or, how to please your partner, period. Or telling them how to please you, because at the end of the day, it's like, you don't want to do some shit that that really don't fulfills you. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason nowadays of like why a lot of people cheat, why men cheat or why women cheat, because I just feel like nowadays, or just not even nowadays, traditionally, like back in the day too, it's like a lot of people don't really know how to fulfill their self, or they're not fulfilled sexually or in a relationship, exactly. Not knowing what they really want, so they go outside looking for certain shit that doesn't fulfill them, and that's why it fucks up the relationship, because you going out looking for shit that you're not getting instead of communicating to your partner about what you really want. And that's kind of what I would tell myself is understand, you first and foremost understand you and understand how you are and understand what you really want and be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? As far as like your sexual desires, your fetishes, like shit that you probably don't, I ain't saying nobody got to put that shit out there or their business. But at the end of the day, it's like, just understand you first, and then get in tune when it comes to having sex. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what I would tell myself. And then too, another thing, my second one is don't be afraid to get in tune with your body and shit like that. Like understand what the fuck you like. Me in particular, I ain't with no penetration type shit. But if you gotta play with your dick, like you gotta do like certain shit, like with your body and shit like that, understand what the fuck you really like and like what you in tune with to like, satisfy yourself in particular. Do that shit. I don't care what no nigga say, what no motherfucker say. It's some gay or something that's not people's taste, or they not satisfied with that shit in particular, because we all do shit, but you know what I'm saying, it ain't in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? People judge the things that they do behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what I would just tell my younger self, based on experience thing and learn yourself and know yourself first before you get in tune with somebody spiritually and physically, and and get that connection with somebody.
So do y'all believe in soul ties?
I
do. I feel like I do. And you want to know why I do? I feel like I believe in soul ties because I feel like anytime you share energy with somebody and you get in the bedroom with somebody, y'all automatically intimate. And y'all connect and sharing energy based on, even if you don't give a fuck, if you really not mentally connected or not, emotionally connected, y'all already sharing energy already. So whatever the fuck that you do with that person, you already taking that shit outside of your household or outside of anywhere, and you already then, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, like anytime I'm having sex, period, it's already disrespectful and wild and nasty already. That's why I be being careful. It don't even be that basic shit. I'm already with the slutty, let me slut you out, you slut me out type shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, I just feel like it's already, I
don't know.
But
I keep on getting soul ties. For me, I get dickmatized and soul ties to get, like, I put them together. Yeah.
Like you said.
or even pussy will digmatized.
How you get digmatized?
Digmatized?
No, I'm just saying, just for all the females out there that's listening, like,
No,
how y'all
like, you
get
look at the camera.
digmatized?
I feel like I've been digmatized.
Because the only reason I'm asking this, because what if a nigga broke? How you get digmatized from that broke ass nigga? Even though money ain't everything, but you know what I'm saying?
Look, I feel digmatized, like, you know, I was digmatized before. And it's not easy to, like, get over.
Right.
But he was like my first though. So that really don't count. You know, you never experienced sex. But now, if a nigga dick is good, I know that nigga's ego is like their ego, I will crush a nigga ego so quick. I don't care how good your dick is. I won't tell you. I'm not gonna moan. None of that.
So you ain't no ego pleaser. You was not good for nobody ego. You
So
tell the
you
truth.
saying you never moan and do none of that ever, even if it's good?
Even if it's good. Like only for camera. If I know I'm recording or some shit, for camera I won't. But like, you know, like I said, niggas will take that digmatized shit to the head. Like, you know, niggas, I ain't trying to like make it like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make a nigga cocky. But I feel like it's, why, I was digmatized to the point where I was like stalking a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm too grown for that shit now.
Right.
So I know how to, you know, control it. So a nigga can be good as hell, head be good, he a good person too. Like, damn, he wanna fuck the shit out of me, but now it's just